wasn't so long ago you didn't need very many fingers to count the different styles of basketball sneakers. And the price, well, you could buy a decent pair of sneakers for under $30. Way under. Alas, those days are long gone.
You will not believe all the reports of violence that broke out when people rushed to get the newest pair of Air Jordans.
Since I was a kid, I've been, working hard just to come up here early in the morning just to wait in line to get these shoes.
There is a war going on over shoes.
Beaten up, even killed for the Odyssey sneaker.
I bet you and Newton looking down in the rage that I have a dream.
Since the iconic Michael Jordan had teamed up with Nike and released the first Air Jordan 1 sneaker in 1984, the sneaker was more than just a necessity, but more to show a sign of class. During the year of 1984, the demand for these sneakers wasn't as high, therefore you could easily walk into a store and buy a pair for retail price. But as the very famous Michael Jordan continued to change the game and deliver performances basketball fans have never seen, the demand for Jordan products skyrocketed and had changed the sneaker culture forever. From the start of their popularity and the prominence of Michael Jordan and his basketball shoes, the accessibility for shoes and sneakers has decreased, making it hard for just about anyone to purchase these shoes, especially those with less access to resources like close proximity to large cities and wealth. Shoe releases are surprisingly more hectic and violent than one might think, sometimes inciting riots and sometimes calling for entire blocks to be shut down by the police. Your chance of purchasing a new pair of Jordan 1s, a shoe that has gained legendary status, relies directly on your proximity to a large city and your access to internet, so you can use apps to either purchase the shoes or in most cases enter a raffle for your chance to be put on a list to buy the shoes. And lastly, how much you are willing to spend on the shoes, because if you miss the retail release, some would feel compelled to buy them for resale, where the prices are usually 2 or 3 times the price. Another aspect that prevents the accessibility of purchasing shoes is the geographic location of that person trying to buy them. Nowadays, limited edition shoes are only sold in the bigger, more prominent cities. For example, in Washington, one would only be able to buy these in Seattle, or maybe possibly Spokane. That gives those who live in a smaller city less accessibility to sneakers, as the only place they can buy them is likely hundreds of miles away. Some releases are even more limited, only being able to purchase in huge cities like Los Angeles and New York.
What are bots, you ask? Bots are a software system where you can purchase multiple pair of rare sneakers the second they come out, without having to physically engage with the computer. People use these bots in order to purchase multiple pairs of sneakers, most of the time to resell to those who aren't able to purchase the pair online. Making the accessibility to those who try without the software programs make it nearly impossible, as it gives those with bots an unfair advantage. Since the evolution of smartphones and the development of apps have evolved, this is the only way for an average shoe consumer to purchase a rare sneaker. However, this is only if you're lucky. Since the days of waiting in harsh cold lines are long gone, Nike and sneaker stores have developed a raffle system within apps only using your smartphone, where the only way to purchase a rare sneaker for a retail price is by winning it. The app is called the Sneakers app, and this is how it works. Every Saturday at 7 a.m., you have a time slot of 10 minutes to enter a raffle. After the 10 minutes is up, all you have to do is sit and wait and see if you'll get lucky.
To make things simple, shoes have gotten harder to get. If you want to buy a shoe that is considered limited or has a certain amount of hype around it upon release, you have to put in serious work, and this is due to the accessibility of shoes being decreased as the demand is heightened. Everything has to go right. You have to be in the right location, have access to apps that sign you up for the releases, and have the money on hand. For something as simple as shoes, something that almost everyone in the world has, they are surprisingly hard to get, depending on the shoes, of course. It is obvious that major companies like Nike, Jordan, and Adidas have major steps to overcome if they plan on making their shoes accessible to everyone, instead of a small percentage.